What split-second decision changed your life? I was walking out of a tech conference in San Francisco when I saw a guy trip and fall hard on the sidewalk. His laptop bag flew open, and a dozen wires and circuit boards spilled out. Everyone else just kept walking. I almost did too. I had a networking dinner to get to, but something made me stop. I helped him gather his stuff and noticed he had a prototype of a drone I'd only read about in research papers. He was bleeding from his palm and clearly shaken, so I offered to walk him to urgent care. While waiting, we started talking. His name was Aaron, and he'd been preparing for a pitch to a major VC that evening. With his hand bandaged and nerves fried, he thought about canceling. I offered to help him rehearse. I used to work in UX design before getting laid off. We sat in the waiting room, ran through his deck, and I helped reframe his pitch to highlight user benefits, not just features. He went to his meeting. I went home, expecting never to hear from him again. 2 weeks later, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Aaron. He'd landed the funding. Not only that, he'd insisted to the investors that I'd help turn things around. He asked if I'd consider joining his startup as head of product design. I thought he was joking. He wasn't. But here's where it gets wild. 6 months into the job, we launched our first product, a lightweight drone meant for emergency logistics in remote areas. One day, we got a desperate call from a nonprofit in Alaska. A tiny village had been cut off by snowstorms, and a child there needed insulin fast. The only option? Our drone. But our system hadn't been stress tested in sub-zero conditions. Everyone hesitated. I didn't. I rewrote the routing algorithm on the spot to avoid the wind tunnels and adjusted the temperature regulation manually. Stuff I'd learned during a college robotics competition, of all places. The drone made it. The child survived. That night, Aaron pulled me aside. "You just saved a life with something we built," he said. "We need more of this in the world." A year later, I lead our humanitarian deployment division. We've delivered emergency supplies to 11 countries. We launched a scholarship for underrepresented students in tech, and a few of those kids have joined us as interns. Last week, I got a letter from the mother of the child in Alaska. She said, "If you hadn't helped Aaron that day, this drone wouldn't exist. My son wouldn't be here." It made me think about that moment on the sidewalk, how close I came to walking past him. One tiny choice, one small pause, and everything changed.